Greetings to you all. Welcome back again to my channel. My name is Doris. In case you are coming across this channel for the first time, make yourself comfortable and feel relaxed. To my returning subscribers, I welcome you all too. I'm back again with the fiction story between Liquorose and Emmanuel that I have been sharing all those while. We stopped at chapter 30. I am here with chapter 31, 32, 33, 34, and 35. I believe you all have been enjoying the story. I believe you all have been learning one or two things from the story. Remember, this is fiction story between Liquorose and Emmanuel, written by one of their friends, just for fun, and also to educate people out there. Remember, the title of this story is Love Found Its Way. So like I said earlier, we stopped at chapter 30, and the summary of the one we ended was where Sam, that is Licorose's ex, called Liquorose for them to meet up. He was apologizing for not coming for the naming ceremony of Emily, that is Licorose's baby. So he now told Liquorose, let them meet up. Liquorose said okay, but it should be in an open place, and Sam said okay, no problem. So we'll move into chapter 31 and see what later happened. Chapter 31. The weekend is here and Emmanuel went to London for official meeting. Liquorose don't want to leave her baby at home, so she invited Sam over. Sam said, "You have a nice place here." Liquorose said, "Thanks." "What can I offer you?" asked Rose. Sam said, "Anything." Rose brought wine. They talked and gisted about their school days and funny stuffs. So after some minutes, Sam said, "Okay, I'll be on my way now." Liquorose said, "Thanks for the visit, it was fun." Sam said, "Hope we can do this again." Liquorose said, "Maybe." Sam said, "That isn't an answer." Liquorose said, "Okay, sure." Sam said, "Okay, babe." They hugged and he kissed her on the cheek. She looked at him. "Don't give me that look. It's just friendship stuff," he said while walking out. It's been days since Sam left Licorose's home and Emmanuel is back. But she kept quiet because she don't want her husband to feel terrified. While sitting in the living room, Liquorose heard a car horn. She ran outside and saw Emmanuel standing next to a brand new car. Emmanuel said, "We need to celebrate." Liquorose said, "Celebrate what?" Emma said, "For being the best wife and best mom in the whole world." Then Liquorose said, "Oh, you are flirting me." Emmanuel came close to Liquorose and kissed her cheeks. "This car is all yours," said Emmanuel. Liquorose couldn't believe it, even though she can afford it now, but coming from her husband is so touching. She ran to the car and kissed the car. Then Liquorose said, "Baby, come and take pictures near my new car." He came and took the phone while smiling. He took the pictures and she posted it. Chapter 32. It's been 6 months now and things has been going on fine. Sam and Rose have been talking over the phone without Emmanuel's permission. One morning, Liquorose waked up early and saw her husband staring at her, well dressed up. She was a little bit afraid because she thought her husband has noticed their communication. That is, the communication between Liquorose and Sam. So Liquorose said, "Baby, what's wrong?" Emma said, "I was thinking about opening a shopping mall for you." Then Liquorose said, "Really?" Emma said, "At least you will be a little bit busy." Then Liquorose said, "Thanks, babe, I love you." Emma said, "I love you more." "What have I done to deserve you in this life?" Liquorose asked. Emmanuel said, "Let me think." Then Liquorose said, "Don't be late today from work. I want to surprise you too." So Emma said, "I don't want to go today." "Come on, Joe," Liquorose replied while walking to the bathroom. "Can I come in?" asked Emmanuel. "No, sir, your staffs are waiting for you," she replied. When she was done taking her bath, she came outside, and Emmanuel has already left for work. "Okay, Liquorose needs to decorate their room in such a way that when he comes back, it will turn him on," she whispered to herself. But for now, she needs to get to her angel first. She attended to Emily and they went downstairs. She put her down and she couldn't stop smiling. "Let me take a photo of you and send it to your dad," she told her. She took her photo and sent it to her dad. She called Jerry to help Grace decorate the room and then go to the mall to buy new things, that is new stuffs for the husband. After a few hours, the decorations were done and the area was so beautiful. Grace, can you do me a favor? Asked Liquorose. Grace said, Ma'am, anything for you, while smiling. Liquorose said, Please allow Emily to sleep over in your room tonight. Grace said, No problem at all, ma'am. Then Liquorose said, Thanks. Grace said, Is that what they thank me for? You see, madam, I don't take Emily as my roommate though from now on. Let her sleep with me every time, she said while laughing and jumping up. Chapter 33. The next morning she waked up and met her husband sitting on the couch and staring at her with a straight face. Liquorose said, Good morning, babe. He glanced at her and turned his head on the other side. She walked to him and knelt down, then turned his face to her own self. Have I offended you, babe? She asked. Yes, yes, you have shattered my trust, he shouted and hit the bed. Liquorose said, How? Emmanuel said, You have been meeting with Sam despite the warning I gave you. Liquorose said, But. Emmanuel said, But what? You still have feelings for him, right? He asked. Liquorose said, Excuse me. Then Emma said, Yes, cause you brought him in my home and even went to his place. He took his phone and showed him pictures. Are you doubting me? Asked Liquorose. I don't even know if I can trust you, he replied. Liquorose said, Really? Liquorose couldn't stop the tears from falling from her eyes. Emmanuel said, Don't give me that look. I don't even know if you have slept with him, 4 months of communication and meeting up with him. Really, is that how you think of me? Asked Liquorose. I don't even know what to think of you now, he responded with a lot of anger. Liquorose walked to him and turned his face to her own self. Then Liquorose said, Babe, I'm sorry I never informed you about Sam, but I swear nothing happened between us. Emmanuel said, Then what is this? Then Liquorose said, Okay, I went at his place for just a normal visit with Emily and Emily messed up my clothes. So Sam gave me a shirt to put on. Emmanuel said, And you even took my daughter to his place. Liquorose said, Babe, look into my eyes and tell me if I'm not being truthful. Then Emmanuel said, You looked at me in the eyes for 4 months and you never bothered telling me about your affairs with Sam. He replied and walked out. Rose couldn't even hold her voice, so she started crying so loud. Chapter 34. Liquorose waked up and went to the bathroom to take her bath. She went downstairs and met Emily and Grace playing. She sat in the living room and tears couldn't stop rolling down. Grace said, Mom, are you crying? Liquorose said, Go look after Emily. Grace said, Should I call Olga? Then Liquorose said, Grace, please leave me alone, I beg. So she left and continued crying till she fell asleep. When she waked up, her husband isn't back home still. She took Emily and went inside their room. Just then, she heard his car horn. Emmanuel came inside and went to the bathroom. After that, he came out and took his daughter. Liquorose said, Baby. Emmanuel said, She's sleeping, don't wake her up. Liquorose said, But I want us to talk. Then Emmanuel said, We've talked for 4 months, but what did you do? Then he put Emily on her bed and went to his own side of the bed. The next morning she waked up and freshened up and checked if Emily is still awake, but she never saw her there. She quickly ran downstairs and saw Kate's daughter playing with Emily. She entered the living room and asked, What is going on here? Emmanuel said, What you see is going on? What is she doing in my home? She asked. Oh, I'm sorry, dear wife, but you see this innocent child looking for a dad, so I volunteered to help her, he replied. Liquorose said, But she's not your child. We did DNA test and it proved you are not her father. Emmanuel said, But I volunteered to be her dad since she's dadless. Liquorose said, I know you are doing this to hurt my feelings, but don't destroy this family with your hands, tears rolling down her eyes. Emmanuel said, What are you talking about? I'm only helping an innocent child, like the way you helped an innocent man. Stop all this nonsense. Punish me anyhow, but please don't destroy this family, Liquorose said while crying. Emmanuel looked at her and removed her hands from him, then went upstairs. She sat right there and started crying. Grace came and took the kids upstairs. Chapter 35. When Liquorose looked back, she saw Emmanuel coming downstairs with the little girl. He came and stood in front of her. He knelt down and lifted her face up and said to her, "How you are feeling now is how I felt when I received that text from your ex-boyfriend. I asked Kate to allow me take her daughter to the playground with my daughter. You hurt me so deep. You don't know Sam more than I do. Sam is very selfish. When I told you to stay away from him, I meant every word I said. For now, I don't know if I can trust you." Just then, Emmanuel called Jerry to carry Kim back home. He looked at Liquorose and went back upstairs. Liquorose followed him too and met him on the bed. "Can we talk, please?" asked Liquorose. "Go ahead, I'm hearing you," he responded. "I'm so sorry, babe. Please forgive me," she pleaded. Emmanuel said, "Okay, I have forgiven you. Go and sleep now." Then Liquorose said, "Oh, really?" Emmanuel said yes. She wanted to hug him, but he refused. Liquorose said, Babe. "Rose, I want to sleep," he said and turned his head. That was the first time Emmanuel ever called her by her name, Rose. It's been 2 months now, but her husband has never looked at her in a romantic way. He'd do his duties as a dad and take care of the responsibilities, but he has never touched her. She waked up early, took her bath, and did same for Emily. It's holiday and Emmanuel didn't go to work, so she wanted to do a romantic dinner date with Emmanuel. He went to see his friends, Alex and Leon. "I don't know if he will allow me touch him, but at least let me make a move," said Liquorose. She told Grace that Emily is spending the night over in her room. "I will decorate our room myself," she whispered to herself. She took her car key and went at the shopping mall to get some stuff. Even though her husband is angry at her, but he kept to his words. He opened the shopping mall for her, but he never looked at her in a romantic way. He always put on a straight face whenever they are on the bed. Okay guys, we just rounded up chapter 35. I'll be coming back with the remaining chapters, and that will be the last chapters. Like I said earlier, it's chapter 1 to chapter 39. So we've now stopped at chapter 35 to be back with the remaining 4 chapters. So stay tuned guys. I believe you all are learning 1 or 2 things from this story. I could have preferred that Liquorose had told her husband about visiting her ex Sam and see what is happening now, the guy causing problem between 2 of them, but I believe they sort themselves out. Meanwhile, I'll be coming back with the remaining chapters and we'll know what later happened. Please, if you've not subscribed to my channel, kindly do that for me. Turn on the notification bell by the side of the subscribers button, that whenever I drop my videos, you will be the first to be alerted. Okay, recommend my channel to people out there. Let them come and join us here and also be educated and also come and have fun too. Do take care of yourselves, and remember, my name is Doris. Till I come your way next time. Bye bye.